Let's go. Yeah, I gotta turn the light on. Hang on, so it might get a little dark. Because that man likes to be in the dark. At least I'm dressed and I got my hair brushed. Gotta wash it later, though. Anyway, here we are. Today would have been my dad's. Well, today is his birthday, so. But he passed away in 2002. He'd be in his 90s by now. He was born in 1928, so he's getting close to, he's like 2 years shy of being 100. Anyway, so I'm just trying to take every day at a time. I hope everybody is enjoying themselves that is in New Orleans right now, because Mardi Gras is going on. Wow, place where you can drink freely. Excuse me. But it's an old tradition, so it's something that's been there. Me, I'm planning right here in Austin. Well, until we figure out how to get back to California, because it's not working out here. And I know what's going to happen. Eventually, we're not going to be able to afford living here either. And I don't like being so far away from my stuff. I got stuff in storage that if I lose it, I'll lose my mind over that. Because I've got my mother's curio cabinet in there, and that's practically the only thing I have left. There's a little chalk, like a pendant thing, but I think it's in the storage too because I haven't found it here. I thought I brought it with me, but I didn't. I could kick myself. Plus my birth certificate's in the storage, so, I don't care about the phone bill or anything, or this couch. I mean, we need the bed, but this couch, to me, they could take it back and probably find one for, out the door cheap. But, things are just, excuse me, ridiculous. I mean, I don't like it here. The only reason why we even came was because of the granddaughter and our son. And right now he went to the doctor, so he's got a problem with his liver. He's got high blood pressure, natural. High blood pressure runs, I think, on both sides. But they're struggling themselves, so they need to find a cheaper place to live too. But, I mean, I would tell them come here, but, I mean, it'd be big enough to put the baby's bed over there and their bed here and have a couch here, but all the stuff they got, boy. But, and that's nothing. They got more stuff in their storage in Florida. I just wish things could get better, and I hope things are better for you guys. Because this is, it's hard to live in these day and age. And I'm not saying it's totally Trump's fault, because it's not. I mean, it's the way things happen, It's the price of living, I guess. And when the states that don't give out enough for people to cover the rent, and Texas is one of them, because, any normal rent, give me a minute. Trying to fix a rug. Any normal minute, or rent, the rents, you know, are bad here too. You know, this one alone, because it also includes, you also have to pay the utilities, which, you know, any way you look at it, it's supposed to be $7.49, but you got to pay utilities with it, so it turns out to be 969, I believe, altogether with the rent and the utilities, which is like 220. But if you can afford it, come here. Just mention my name, because then I'll get, you know. I mean, we were doing good, okay, until he had to report to Social Security about where he moved to, and his check has gone down from 1,233.94 to 994 and some change. I'm not quite sure about the change, but which is what's going to happen to mine too when it comes over, because eventually I'm going to have to do that, because I can't. My hope is before I have to, we go back there, but I doubt it, because we signed a lease here, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to have to, but if that happens, then we'll barely make it even, and we got the phone payments, we got the couch, the bed payment, and we can no longer sleep on a floor like we used to. So, but I'm trying to find where I can get a mattress, for cheap, and then we can find somewhere else to get another couch, because now he also has a couch he's paying for our kid. But I don't know how that's going to work out if that happens. I mean, I can lower my phone bill, it doesn't matter, but, or I can always, because I want food stamps, because I've already switched those over. I get about the same as I got in California, but can't get them in two places at once, so I had to shut down the ones from California. But this is a rough time we're having, I think I'm probably not the only one. There's probably more people out there that are struggling, and I know that, just like, my son and his wife are struggling. I mean, people we know in California are still struggling, even though people on the side there get over $1,000. It still doesn't make up for rent that's over $1,000 even for a studio, because I've looked it up. Unless you go to the desert. Ain't nobody want to go to the desert. I mean, I'd be willing to go back, but spouse won't. So, we're kind of stuck, if you get my drift. Excuse me. But, like I said, lots of people are having the same problem. Even people that are working 2 jobs. Some of them can't, and my kids, both of them had jobs. Excuse me. One of them, the daughter-in-law works from home, but she also has to take care of Ava. My son has to mainly Uber, because right now they gotta get tags for that vehicle of theirs, which means they're going to have to um, register it back to Texas, where they get the Texas license plates. Yeah, they thought that was going to last forever. That didn't last too long, them being in Florida. About 5 months. It took them from when they got there to when they all got into a big fight with her mother. I mean, we taught Gary to respect everybody and everything, but when you got grandparents that are smoking drugs in there, and I mean marijuana, basically, smoking marijuana and popping pills all day, claiming it's for their pain, which it might be, but still, smoking pot in front of a baby, come on. Even back in the day when my son was a baby and we were still being dumb and doing methamphetamine, at least we didn't do it in front of him. He never saw us do it. When he was 5, he started thinking about why we were locking ourselves in a room for a few minutes. And there was other adults in the room, by the way, when that was going on. So we didn't leave him by himself because we had somebody living with us. But we were all doing, I mean, we all cleaned up our acts, most of us. Me and my spouse cleaned up our act in '95. So I've been clean for almost, let's see, my son's about 30 years, almost 31 years. We've been clean. And we didn't do it again, though he was drinking still. It took him a while to stop drinking. It took him a while to stop smoking cigarettes too. The only time I was smoking cigarettes is when he was in the hospital getting his hernia surgery. But as soon as he got out, I stopped. I gotta keep, so if you see me put my glasses on, that's why. Watching the time on here. Just a little bit, about what's going on with me and my family, or family that's here. Most of my family is, spread out all over. I have one brother lives in Oregon and one brother lives in Florida. The one that lives in Florida don't talk to me. One day I'll sit down and explain that one to you. He got false information after my father died, so, nothing I can do about that. It is what it is, and, I let it go. No reason to hold a grudge on that. I don't hold grudges. No matter how mad I get at people, I don't hold grudges. Just like I'm not holding a grudge against my daughter-in-law because she pulled a gun on me like 8 months ago. I'm over it. So, might have been more than 8 months ago, now that you think about it, because we've been here in November, on and off. But anyway, thanks for listening to me. I know I try not to ramble on too much. Thanks for watching, and you know what this subscribe button is if you haven't subscribed. I don't come on here, and even though I struggle, don't ask for money. I don't make money off mine. I'm not a professional YouTuber. But if you want recommendations of, different kinds, I can tell you that maybe in the next video. Who knows? We'll see. We'll see what the next video has. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good day. And let's be safe out there. Bye.